Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make Rice Krispie cakes. I think they must be the first thing that anybody ever makes as a child, and they are really fun to make. In my bowl here I've got 75 grams of butter, and these are 5 Mars bars. They weigh about 38 grams each. You need about 180 grams of Mars bars. These actually weigh slightly more than that, doesn't matter. And I'm just going to chop them up. Oops. This is when I should have opened them beforehand. And I'm just going to chop them up into small pieces, and that is so that everything will sort of melt at the same time. I'm going to do that with the other 4, and then we're going to put them in the bowl with the butter. The last thing to go in this bowl is the golden syrup, and we need 2 tablespoons of that. I've heated mine up in some hot water, so it'll come off the spoon a little bit easier. Now I've got to find out which way you open the bottle. So lovely golden syrup. I think you might have noticed I put a lot of golden syrup in my food. Oops, come on, off you go. I think we've been waiting too long and my spoon's cooled down. There's one. Isn't that lovely? Something quite mesmerising about doing something like this. It's very relaxing. I'm going to use my finger and scrape some of it out. There we go. I'm going to be very naughty. It tastes so nice. I'm putting my bowl over a pan of barely simmering water. You could actually put your Mars bars, butter and golden syrup directly in the pan, but because of the caramel and the high sugar content in it, it's very easy to burn. So the safest method to do, if you're a bit wary of doing stuff like this, is to put it in a bowl and put it on a pan, and the water mustn't touch the bottom of the bowl. This is all melted and it's all glossy and gorgeous, and I'm just going to add in 100 grams of Rice Krispies. It does look a lot, but it will get all coated. There we go. All that's left to do now is to put it in the tin. I've lined this with a plastic bag. So here goes. Just get all that in, and we're just going to squidge it down into the tin. Get it into the corners. Try and get it as level as possible. Might use a different knife. This is just a mini little spatula thing, which is quite handy for doing things like this, because it's sort of bent, so you can sort of press stuff down, and because it's flexible. All I'm going to do now is pop it in the fridge for it to cool down. While the Rice Krispies are cooling and hardening off in the fridge, I'm going to make the topping. I've got 200 grams here of milk chocolate and 100 grams of white chocolate, and I'm going to try and do something pretty with it. If you don't want to, you could have all white or all milk chocolate, or use dark chocolate. It's up to you. I'm now going to melt these in the microwave. Since I discovered how to do it, it's so easy. If you haven't got a microwave, just do it the same way as we melted the Mars bar, over in a glass bowl over a pan of barely simmering water until it's all melted. The milk chocolate has now melted, and I'm just going to pour it over our Rice Krispie base. There we go. Just going to spread this round over the base. There we go. Right, spread it into the corners and get it as level as possible on the top. Now, I'm going to try and make a pretty pattern on this, and when I do it not in front of the camera, it works. So now is the time I'm going to do it in front of the camera, and it's not going to work. I'm going to pour my white chocolate into, this is a plastic piping bag, and I've put it into a cup so that it holds it upright. Makes it easier. And I'm just going to pour my 100 grams of melted white chocolate into this piping bag. Oops. Lift this up, get that out of the way. And as you can see, I've got my white chocolate in here. All I'm going to do now is snip off that little bottom and do lines going across. I'm going to do it left-handed. Just stick lines. Oops, there we go. Oh, see, I knew as soon as I did it. Oop. It's doing it on camera. This probably isn't going to work today. Let's put some around the edges. That went a bit faster than I intended it to. I think we might just have a marble top. You could just drizzle this over with a spoon. Let's get it all out, because this hasn't worked. I was hoping to do that lovely feathered effect to make it look more grown up, but there, that'll do. Just typical, isn't it? You try and do something you've done loads of times before and you do it on camera, it doesn't work. I'm just going to go through and feather it. Might go back this way. There we go. I'm just going to put this back in the fridge now, and then we'll cut it up and have a taste and see what it's like. This has been in the fridge now for about half an hour and it's all hard. So I'm going to lift it out. There we go. That's all clean. I can go back in the cupboard. I'm just going to cut this up now into about 16 squares. We'll put them on a plate and then we'll taste them. Right, let's do it this way. Let's do. You don't want them too big because they are quite rich. So a square is just perfect. There we go, I'll plate these up and then we'll see what they taste like. There we have it, Rice Krispie cakes. I hope a little bit more grown up than what we used to have when we were little. But you can't beat a Rice Krispie cake, can you? So here goes, let's see what it tastes like. Oh, it just takes you back to your childhood. It's lovely. I do hope you'll have a go at these. The recipe is in the pop down at the side in the description. If you make them, take a photograph, put it in the comments at the bottom. I'd love to see anything you make. Hopefully I'll see you all again next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification button. Thank you for watching. Clap. I know, puppy. Did I wake you up? I've just woken her up. She was asleep. You want me to be quiet? She'll lick the lens now. I'll be all blurry. That's a good thing, that is.